So it's been more than 6 months since my last YouTube video, but I finally managed to make another devlog. I know I've been a bit inactive on my YouTube channel, so I appreciate your patience. This video in particular is a montage of shorts which I already shared on Instagram and TikTok. So if you want to stay up to date, feel free to follow me there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I added keys and know some doors need a specific key to unlock. These locked doors not only motivate you to explore, but also enhance the immersion and make your progress even more rewarding. So to differentiate between doors that can be opened freely and those that require a key, I've introduced an export boolean variable called key. For doors that require a key, 2 additional variables, key name and key prompt, must be specified. So when the player now attempts to open a door, the player script will check if they have the right key equipped, and if they do, the door will open up, allowing for new cool discoveries. I've put a Dark Souls inspired loading screen in my indie game, and as you wait for the level to load, you will get to read about the lore of some important items. Once the level has finished loading, you can just press a button to keep playing. It's a better solution to keep you engaged while the game loads in the background instead of having to look at a plain black old loading screen. To make this happen, I used the resource loader singleton to load a resource file from the file system. By using the load threaded request function to load a scene in a separate thread, I prevented the game from freezing. So this basically means that the cool features like shaders and the progress bar can keep running smoothly without any interruptions. So let me know what you think about the loading screen. I added teleportation to my game, so whenever you rest at a sand glass, which is my equivalent to the bonfire from Dark Souls, you can choose to teleport to any other sand glass that's currently available. This is also where the newly implemented loading screen shines, creating a smooth transition between the scenes. This feature was a bit of a challenge to get right and caused some bugs along the way, but the result improves the gameplay a lot. To make it work, the player script does a quick check in the ready function to determine which sand glass the character was teleported to. It then sets the player's position to match with the sand glass position, which is basically the moment of the teleportation. For my indie game, I've upgraded the enemy script to give enemies the power to cast magic spells. I've also introduced an alternative enemy model with some brand new animations designed to serve as a mini-boss. This special enemy is linked to the fog gate, and it will activate as soon as you enter the boss arena. This special boss is equipped with a dark magic spell, making battles even more exciting. I made the attack animations using Blender, and the eye-catching visual effects are made by using various shader materials which are animated in Godot's animation player. For instance, the magic circle was made with an AI-generated mask texture which is moved on the UV coordinates. Adding some color and brightness to the albedo output creates this nice purple glowing effect. I believe most gamers have encountered invisible barriers at some point, designed to keep them in the level and disrupting the immersion of exploring the game world. For my game Sandfire, I think I found a good way to keep players inside the level boundaries without using common invisible walls. So when the player tries to leave the desert area, a sandstorm rolls in and the player character starts to lose his health and his orientation. Thanks to some fantastic feedback on Twitter, I also added another feature that the character will start to walk around in circles within the sandstorm, and eventually he will find his way back to where it began. So how did I make it? I added an area 3D, and as soon as the player enters this area, a sandstorm effect, which is created by the 2D overlay noise, and a VOG volume node will start, and the effect will keep getting stronger and stronger. At the same time, when the player enters, we will store the player's entry position inside a variable. And as soon as the sandstorm reaches its strongest point, the character and the camera will start looking at the entry position. While this is happening, there is a little trick. I briefly hide the character as it turns with another 2D overlay. If the player keeps pressing forward, the character will go back to where it started, and you as a player might not even notice it. It's a very sneaky way to make the player feel completely lost inside the sandstorm, and I hope this will also add a lot to the immersion of the game. I made a basic pause menu for my indie game, And to pause the game, I use the getTreeSetPause method, which, if true, stops everything including 2D and 3D physics, signals and collision detection. This means that functions like the physics process or the input function won't run. To still keep specific nodes running during the pause, you can set their process mode to always, as I did for the pause menu. So that's everything for this video. Please let me know what you think of this new video format, and thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.